whether it's on YouTube, and now you can do Facebook Lives, you can do Instagram Lives. People want to see your energy and your passion and also your content.
That's such a good point. So for those of you that do not know, LinkedIn has a site that's dedicated towards PowerPoint presentations. We actually have one for DO Live. We upload previous year's presentations, and it's limited. You are, especially if you do a PowerPoint the right way and it's super visual and it's not seriously, just content written driven and eye chart test, that you could go to SlideShare and you could get a lot of different interesting presentations on just about anything in the world today that's out there. It really is. And I will tell you that the criteria that we leverage here at DOYO Live when we have our open submission speakers is that we want to know what you're going to talk about, but we also want you to submit a video, because we're looking at things like stage presence. Is your talk more about an educational nature? Or is it a half-hour, 45-minute infomercial about you? And you could tell the story of your marketing and your efforts through you, but sometimes those become too self-serving. I think the third thing that's really important that you mentioned is that the big myth with inbound marketing is that it's, your phone's always going to ring. And the reality is that you have to be able to put the content out that gets you found, that gets you seen through, awareness through now channels that we have. But you have to take the initiative, right, Dr. Mike, and send out, what is it, an email to conference organizers with the link to your presentation, and then also submitting call for speaking. Walk me through that.
Oh yeah, I mean it's and I started with my small little community. I'm a family physician. I'm a family doc, so I know a lot of people nationally with the organizations that I'm associated with. And when I advise people, how do you start out doing this? Well, speak kind of to to your tribe first. I mean that's how you kind of start to know what your speaking style is. So what I would do is sometimes I would send them an email. People, how do you start out doing this? Well, speak. And I echo everywhere, so people can hear me in their head all the time. So I would go to them, or either I would go to them in person. I would say, hey, I talk about this. Here's my website. Go check it out. Or I would maybe send them an email and say, hey, this is the kind of stuff that I do. This is the kind of stuff that I present. Here's some PowerPoint if you want to see the content. And then if you want to see the presentation style, I presented at this conference. I presented at this conference. You can kind of see what my style is. I don't stand at a podium. I walk around. I try to get people engaged. I'm not one of your typical kind of boring type doctors who just are monotone all the time and say, hey, you can see the slide right here. And it's no, don't do it, people.
There was a channel on cable at one point that would show medical school lectures, and I remember watching minutes of it that felt like a lifetime, and I was like, oh my god, this is tough, it's necessary, but it was a lot to take in.
It was painful. It was just painful, and kind of one of my really crazy ideas kind of starting this thing, is people know I'm an Apple geek. I'm an Apple fanboy. That's my disclaimer. But I would see, I would see these Steve Jobs presentations, and I'm like, wow, man, can I do that with my little tribe and with what do I need to do? And you need to be passionate. You need to show people